Hey guys, back with a new video, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. Like try to start up a new series of videos for the channel, and I think I'm going to call these, this series at least, memorable moments in video games. And I thought what I'd do for these videos is pick a certain game and talk about a very memorable moment I had with the game on my first playthrough. Those kind of moments that are really incredible and make an impact on you, and the kind of moments where you think back on a game and that's immediately what pops into your head. And I thought this would be kind of a cool thing to do. So uh, I'll first say that this series is going to have spoilers. So if I'm for the game I'm talking about, if you haven't played the game, I definitely recommend playing it first because a lot of these moments are going to have to do with like storylines and are the kind of moments I would like people to experience firsthand when they're playing the game. Um, so I thought I'd start the series off with my favorite game of all time, Dark Souls. So if you haven't played the game, definitely please go out and do so. But this might be more interesting for people that have played this game. But I'll try to describe it for people that haven't played the game and don't really care about spoilers. Um, but yeah, we'll start this kind of memorable moments series with Dark Souls. Now, on my first playthrough, I reached Blighttown. Now, Blighttown, obviously, this area is known for being very treacherous, filled with really annoying enemies, really difficult platforming. It's very hard to see. It's very dark, and there's a not giant poisonous lake at the very bottom, which is a pain in the ass to get through. It's the frame rate. Obviously, the console versions are known to have a pretty shitty frame rate in this area. It's a very nightmarish area. There's a lot of nightmare stories that people have with Dark Souls and with Blighttown. Now, so my first playthrough, I finally reached the bottom of Blighttown, and just getting to the bottom of Blighttown was like this really rewarding experience for me because I mean, this is where the difficulty of this game really picked up for me. Was when I reached Blighttown, but that's not really the memorable moment. When I was kind of exploring the bottom of Blighttown, I reached a kind of like a tree, like a tree branch that kind of came into this giant tree, and then there was a treasure chest there with a message behind it saying slash this wall. I think it was, or something similar to that. So I was like, okay, I slash the wall, and a path emerged. I had known about the hidden paths beforehand due to the messaging system in the game. So I slash this wall. I go in. There's another a treasure there. I forget what the other treasure was. But behind that was another message saying slash this wall. Um, so I was like, okay, okay. So I slashed the wall and another hidden passage. And this was already crazy to me because the fact that they would hide two hidden walls, one right after the other, if that message wasn't there, I never would have figured this out. I wouldn't figure this out until I read a wiki. And in fact, most people miss this area on their first playthrough, or even second or third playthrough. I was lucky to actually have that message appear for my very first playthrough. Um, so I keep going throughout this tree, and it just keeps going and going until eventually I reach a place called the Great Hollow, which is this giant tree that you keep falling down onto like these platforms and branches. And there's all these very dangerous enemies. There's items all over the place, and I'm going through this tree, falling down these areas. I'm just like, wow, I'm really off the beaten path here. I was in Blighttown quite a while ago, and now where the fuck am I now? Like, where am I going? It was this really weird experience where I was just like, I was so confused but excited at like the all the items I was gathering. So I'm making my way down this massive tree, and then you have the basilisks throughout this tree that curse you. For those that don't know, cursing in this game reduces your health by half permanently until you get a purging stone item. Or, well, there's some other ways to heal your curse, but lo and behold, I got cursed on my way down. And yeah, it was pretty brutal. It was the first time. Well, was it the first? No, I had gotten cursed before in the depths, but to be cursed in this area where I'd been kind of traveling downwards for so long and I didn't really know where I was or what I was doing, it was pretty it was tough. I had no purging stones either, so of course I was going a bit insane. So I'm cursed. I'm having a hell of a time getting down this tree. But I finally reach the bottom, and I get out of this tree, and I enter the area of Ash Lake, and immediately I'm completely blown away by how gorgeous this area is. This massive blue lake. I can't even really describe this place to you. It is one of the most visually appealing areas I've seen, and one of the most, like, I've never seen an area in a game that looks quite like Ash Lake. Like, it's stunning. And so I reach this area. I find the bonfire. There's this Hydra shooting these water blasts at me from the lake, and then a path that heads to like this other tree. Like, and there's like sandy beaches. I'm at this area. I'm just standing here. I'm going, where the fuck am I? I was in Blighttown not too long ago, and now I have no idea where I am. But this place is damn cool. So I followed this path through this tree. I'm getting blasted at by the water hydra. It's still pretty frustrating. I'm dying a lot. There's like these mushroom enemies that are really strange. I've never seen them before. I'm so confused, but at the same time I'm amazed at this optional area. Because I get to the end of it and there's the Dragon God Covenant. I don't want to spoil too much on that, but I join with this covenant. And that's the end. That's the end of this area. Ash Lake, that's it. You get this dragon, you enter this Dragon God Covenant, and there's no other way to go. I've reached the final bonfire, and I feel so rewarded because I found this optional path by this random hidden message, and eventually I'm here at the Dragon God Covenant and in this amazing area. And to think like this, it's like this really well designed area, Ash Lake and the Great Hollow, and it's completely optional. And I'd say probably maybe 80 to 90% of people that play Dark Souls for the first time, especially back when Dark Souls came out, are going to miss this completely optional, beautiful area with this really cool covenant at the end of it. And it blew my mind because most video games would never do this. Especially nowadays, where every video game, it's like developers want you to see every single piece of content there is. So, anyways, I get to this Dragon Covenant. I join it, and then I have the realization that, oh fuck, I'm stuck here. I gotta go all the way back to Blighttown. I have to climb up that giant tree. Is that even fucking possible? Because it was I had a hell of a hard time getting down, and the whole time I was going down, I was thinking, can I even get back up? It seems almost impossible. So I go back and try, and my God, like, it's very tough getting up the Great Hollow. You really have to look at what platforms and branches you can jump to and stand on. And it took me forever. It was treacherous. It was dangerous. It was frustrating. Uh, but I prevailed. I got back to the top, got into Blighttown, and got back to a safe bonfire. And I remember just standing there and being like, "Wow, I've never experienced something like that in a video game. It was such a powerful moment to me, that whole experience. And yeah, it was, dangerous, frustrating. I was still cursed when I got back to Blighttown, so I had to, go all the way back and get a purging stone. But, it was an ordeal, but it was one of the most memorable moments I've had in gaming. And now, really, a lot of people go to Great Hollow later because there's an item you get later in the game where you can warp to bonfires. So you can warp from the bonfire at the end of Ash Lake and get your way back to Blighttown. But because I found this area so early in the game, I didn't have that item. So it created this really memorable experience for me. One of many in this incredible game. So yeah, that's my incredible moment or memorable moment in Dark Souls. So I hope to do more of these videos in the future with some other games. But I hope you enjoyed. Please feel free to do like a response of some kind, or maybe in the comments leave one of your memorable moments in a video game, or even in Dark Souls. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.